Who remembers this look from the early noughties? Dark wood and wrought iron. It was a vibe with the curl detail at the top, and there was even a matching bedhead. Time to say goodbye to that and hello 2026. I emptied out the old furniture and donated. It was actually in excellent condition. Bit of a cheeky wall washing session, and it's time to check out the storage in this new set. It's actually a gas lift bed with storage underneath. These are great, but not for your everyday items like socks and jocks. It's too hefty to lift it daily, more for out-of-season items like ski gear, blankets, bedding, etc. This bad boy has 2 drawers at the end, which are super accessible, so it's got the best of both worlds. I've got a range of drawer dividers to try. Really, I probably should have measured, but I've got a decent supply, so I tapped into that. Then it's time to get sorting. It turns out that these Kmart U-tile tubs fit really well in there side by side. The left side of the drawers is for me, the right my partner's. Don't ask me why, it's just habit. And sometimes unless a habit is bad, just run with it. Less friction is good. Anything falling apart like this goes to apparel for fabric recycling. Same for anything with that telltale crunchy sound of dead elastic when you pull on it. I always start with high access items, put them at the top and work my way down. Now, the beauty of tubs in the early days of setting up a new system is that you can easily switch drawers, which is what I did. I wanted to put my accessories and makeup in the very top because I love a clear bench top. This narrow tub actually fits at the front of each drawer, so it's tempting to use, but it's a bit unnecessary. Not every category needs a tub, and you can just use the void in the drawer as a section. At the top go all my accessories. I used a cutlery drawer to section them and avoid a jumble. Measuring up to see which drawer is bigger, and yep, it's on the bed, so that would be perfect for my pants. They are a bit bulky. Now it's onto my partner's wardrobe side. Again, his is on the right. He has so many bike riding clothes and he's using none of them right now, so they're all going to go under the bed, categorised. When he gets back on the bike, he can pull out what he needs. I end up with surplus hangers, so I'm going to get rid of all the ones with divots in them. They are great for women's singlets, but not so useful for menswear. I'm snipping off these swing tags. I thought they looked cute back in the day, but these days I opt for big, easy-to-read labels as per my side of the wardrobe. Now, I've always kept my out-of-season clothes in this wicker chest. I'm going to put them under the bed, though, now and clear that out. There's a before and after of my wardrobe. It did look a bit neater before, but was strangely claustrophobic. Geez, that wardrobe needs a lick of paint. Anyway, what a mess I've made. PSA, that's normal. I always tell people that decluttering and organising is super messy. It's part of the process, and don't give up at this stage. We're nearly up to the fun part. I mean, it's all fun, of course. Now I'm putting my winter woolies from that chest under the bed for a couple of months. Well, who knows? It's Melbourne, right? Maybe I'll need them tomorrow. I've printed out some labels for the cycling gear. Yep, so many categories. Who knew? Changing the sheet now because of all that dusty sorting that happened on the bed. Putting the bedding back on. And ta-da, here is a grand tour. It looks super neat now as I've moved out my piles to donate, discard, recycle and mend. So I've still got work to do. That's my partner's side. My side, I've put the accessories and my PJs at the top because I use them a lot. And underwear, check out my socks. I stood them upright because it was a better use of space. Just for reference, the entire process took about 4 hours and I am pooped.